Well, it is Black History Month, and while it's a time to highlight accomplishments of African Americans, there are those in influential positions who believe this is a time to spread awareness and information to help strengthen African American communities. Our Desmond Matthews joins us in the studio with that story. Desmond.
That's right, Andrea. Mental health and financial literacy are just two areas that experts and community leaders would like to see more African Americans focus on to help the communities build stronger futures.
This Black History Month, community leaders not only want to spread knowledge of civil rights activists, they want to help spread awareness about issues that have an impact on African American communities today. Two areas that are seeing increased interest are mental health and financial literacy. Mental health has really come to the forefront in the last 6 years.
Since 2015, the rise of suicides have risen among African American males. It's almost 80% of the cases of suicide have been African American males.
John Jefferson with Clay County Community Counseling says those numbers continue to rise because in the African American community, there's a stigma.
A lot of African Americans fear it as a sign of weakness or a sign of someone labeling you as being crazy.
Then talking about it could cause another issue.
It's one of those topics where it's afraid to talk about amongst family, especially in the African American community. We're afraid to discuss it, afraid to bring it up, because no one wants to be isolated out or singled out or be separated from the family.
Jefferson says that mental health doesn't have a race or gender, and he encourages families to pay attention to a loved one's change in behavior. Financial literacy is another big topic, and that starts with the basics.
Understanding the concept of what it's like to save, to invest, and not create a lot of debt, to have an emergency fund. And I had to learn it the hard way.
Renaissance Bank Marketing President Jose Housley says Black History Month means a lot to him. Housley was recently selected as Mississippi's most influential African American. He says when it comes to learning about money, the younger you start, the better.
Start a savings plans now. Start a saving. If it's nothing but pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, it adds up. And if you start it now as they get older, man, who knows what they'll have.
The years have brought great change, and Housley says he feels like people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would be proud.
We've come a long ways in this country, yet it's still a ways to go. But man, we're in a much better position than we were. We have the opportunity now to be what we want to be, to go where we want to go. I mean, we have a great opportunity to be very successful in life.
Housley and Jefferson do more outside of their 9-to-5 jobs to help folks in their community with each of these issues. They encourage people to reach out if they need help.